reasons or inerrancy and divine preservation. He goes, short answer is no, the long answer is more complex. Following my conversion, I had become convinced of the reliability and authority of Scripture. I then basically held to a somewhat inerrant viewpoint. Certainly my view regarding Scripture drove my interest regarding both its original language and the question of which readings were original. At that time, the readings my theological views approved were not those of the Byzantine text form or the TR, but the predominantly Alexandrian variants cited in various footnotes and in the main text of the UBS edition. Certainly my theological presuppositions did not compel a position regarding a traditional form of the text, nor a preference for any specific manuscripts or text types, nor what variant reading should be preferred at any given point. Even today, my view of biblical inerrancy is not affected by my text-critical viewpoint, nor does my view regarding inerrancy determine my text-critical viewpoint. In theory and actual historical practice, any text or manuscript can be accepted as God-breathed and theological sufficient for teaching and for proof in instruction of righteousness. In other words, such MS and text exist as valid witnesses to biblical authority, despite various known scribal errors or disagreements among them. In this regard, no MS or text fails in its aggregate to reflect an authoritative witness to God's written revelation of truth. Textual criticism exists primarily to sort out the differences and out of many reasonably good and accurate texts to determine more precisely which sequence of readings appears most closely to reflect the original form of the text as given by revelation. What are the criteria for determining the date of reading the Byzantine text? Let me return the question. What are the criteria for determining the date of any reading as opposed to the date of an existing witness? The only certainty is that a reading appearing in MS is either older than the MS or created by the scribe of that MS. A reading found in 2nd century MS is certainly at least that old, but not necessarily any older, necessarily original. Equally, a reading in the 12th century MS might be old and possibly original, according to some textual critics. Most critics acknowledge that most readings found in MS of any era, regardless of text type, have demonstrable existence in NS versions or fathers dating from the 2nd and 3rd centuries. Carlyle and others rightly postulate that, except for late singular or near singular readings, all meaningful variants are old and originate before AD 200. Readings dated solely on the basis of MS age do not carry very far when attempting to determine the autograph or original reading. So that's just a little bit about the Byzantine school of textual criticism. And so I'll read again the titles of these articles, and you can go and research it. So basically, when you're hearing modern scholars today talk about textual variants, remember there's a different school of textual criticism that's not heard much in the halls of academia, and it's a very solid scholarly school that's being ignored. Defend the Bible in a better way, and I think Morris A. Robinson can help you in this. New Testament textual criticism, the case for the Byzantine priority, Morris A. Robinson. And then if you also type in interview with Morris Robinson part 1, David Allen Black, on davidblackonline.com, okay, and there you can read part 1 and there's part 2 of an interview with Morris Robinson. So there we are. I'm doing textual criticism in the canon at the moment because I'm just looking into it in a deeper way.